Good morning guys, welcome back. New episode on the E36 compact roll cage. Done a little bit during the week. Just got one of the notches done on the forward facing hoop on the passenger side, so I'm going to have a look at getting the driver side done today. Maybe get the front boxes in. It is raining outside and I'm working on the car outside at the moment. So I'm hoping that'll stop so I can get stuck back into it, and I'm also going to measure up the diagonal brace and get the notches cut on that hopefully, and maybe get that tacked into place on the main hoop. So that's the plan. Whether any of it will happen or not, I don't know. As I said, it is raining outside and I work on the car outside. I probably could move it in. It just means moving other cars. Also I think Alex might be painting some wings in here today, so probably won't be able to bring it in anyway. But yes, that's the plan. So hopefully notch the other forward facing hoop, maybe make some boxes and look at getting the diagonal done. As I said, all dependent on whether that rain stops outside or not. Yeah, so stick with me and enjoy. Alright, so rain has held off for a bit so I can get out and do the bit of the cage. Planning on doing the diagonal on the main hoop. So you see I've got my string in place, that's just so I can find out what angle I need. So I'll measure the angle now, and then I'll cut the length of the pipe and notch it on one end, see how it fits, and then I'll notch the other end and hopefully it fits nice. So that's the next bit of work. Right, so I've just taped the string in place. The bottom has to connect 100mm within 100mm of the bottom box. And the top then has to connect around here, and when the back piece goes down, it has to be within 100mm of this. So I just need to work out what angle, so I just put the string up. Go this side. So 47, should take 47 away from 90, will that be our angle? Yeah, so our bottom angle for the notch is 43. So I'll cut a 43-degree notch in that now, see what it fits like.
Got a tiny bit of a gap on the top, but
I think that's what Right, so far been another absolute ball ache. Everything about this cage is a pain in the arse, so hats off to anybody who builds these every day. I'm well away from that at the moment. Yeah, doing the diagonal at the moment. As you can see, cage is just upside down, just easier to lean it on the floor. I was going to do it in the car, but this morning it was pissing rain, so it was a pain in the arse going in and out, so I just pulled the cage back out. It was only tacked in place. I measured everything up in the car so I knew where everything was going. When I notched the diagonal slightly, the other notch wasn't exactly in line with the other end, so it just made it a bit more difficult grinding everything out and trying to clean it up and make things fit. So I've got it fitting good enough now that I can weld it up. I'm just going to stick a couple of tacks on it now, and then have a look at welding it. I can weld this in place now because once it's in, it's in. And that'll be another job ticked off the list. So fingers crossed the welding goes better than the actual making of the diagonal bar. one of the easier bits, and it's just an absolute fucking pain in the arse. Got a tube notcher and everything on the bench, so notching it isn't a problem, but keeping both notches in line at either end of the pipe, I need some practice on that. So yeah, I'll get this tacked into place. As I said, if it's good enough now that I can weld it, so I'll get it tacked and run some welds on it, and hopefully it looks good enough and I don't have to chop it up and throw it in the scrap pile. Fingers crossed. Okay, I didn't film any of this really, maybe a little bit, I'm not sure, I'll check when I get home. But that's the diagonal in place. Probably not the best welds I've ever done, but they're on there and they're all the way around. A full continuous weld, so at least that's another bit done. Next is the forward facing hoops. So I've that notched up there already. Just has to be anywhere within 150 mil of the centre of the bend, so I'm plenty there. Runs nicely along the roof, down and down the front. Yeah, so that's it for today. We're not doing any. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Didn't film as much as I would have liked, but I got the diagonal in place. And all welded in place as well. That took a lot longer than I expected, but to be honest, everything with this cage is taking longer than I expected. As I said, I never expected it to be easy or really quick, but just everything is taking twice as long as expected. I don't get much time to work on it. We work on it on a Saturday really, and that's dependent on whether we have any customers' jobs in or not. If there's customers' jobs in, I don't get any chance, so that's why I didn't have a video over the last couple of weeks, because we've been busy. Yeah, but I think next week now I'll be back on it. I'll get the forward hoops all in place. I've done the passenger one. Driver's side now will be next. Passenger one is notched. I just need to make the front boxes for that to sit on. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I enjoy building it. Sometimes gets on my nerves, especially when I've wasted tube in the past and it's cost me money. That's been a pain in the arse. But yeah, I'm just basically learning. As I said, I've never done one before, so this is my first one. I'm happy with how it's going at the moment. Probably could do with a bit more practice on the welder, just to make things look a bit cleaner. Sticking things together is no problem. Just want to make the welds look a bit cleaner, especially in the hard to reach places, so I'm assuming that'll come with practice. Yeah, so yeah, that's it on the cage. If you watched the last episode, you would have seen I was messing around with the stroker. I took the cats off it because they were blocked. I still haven't had a chance to get back at that. It's outside, same as the silver one, so getting them into the unit can be a pain in the arse. There's always cars in front of them. The silver one that I'm putting the cage in, that has no engine in it, so in order to get that inside I'd have to push it from around the back and in the front, and that's too hard to do on my own, so that's why I work on it outside. But once again, once it rains, it limits what I can do. Can't bring the welder out if it's raining and stuff. Lucky today I was able to bring the main hoop in, and I measured everything in the car, and I was able to bring the main hoop in and get the diagonal in place, so that was a bonus. But yeah, everything else, once the main hoop is in, everything else has to be done basically in the car. So I rely on the weather then. If it's raining, I can't bring the welder out. If it's sunny, then I can. Yeah, so that's really it. Oh, probably some good news. We have a loom arriving for Pete's car, hopefully in the next week. So that's for the V8, if you've been watching that. Basically, I've got a loom made to match the E36 to the M62 non-Vanis. So hopefully once that comes in the week, it'll just be a matter of plugging everything in and the car will run. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I want to get rid of that. And Pete probably wants it back as well to get skidding in it. So once we get the engine done in that, it'll be all hands on deck and basically get it finished. Yeah, so that's it. As I said, I'm trying to keep a video a week. Not always possible. As I said, if I have nothing to film, can't film anything. So I can't put anything out if I haven't filmed anything. But yeah, that's really it. I'll try and get another video next week if I do stuff on the cage. And yeah, so basically thanks for watching, and once again subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, comment, like the videos, all that stuff. It all helps the channel grow, and see you next time.